So this is a progress update on my research paper, also known as the Multimodal Work in Progress. So, my essay is talking about inversion, bodies, and physical reflections of sin in the Inferno. However, the focus of the essay has now been refined. It is still a social critique of medieval Florentine society, especially the corruption of the social hierarchy and moral values of the time, especially evaluations of sin, such as physical sins like carnality, gluttony, in comparison to more abstract sins like theft, betrayal, fraud, and heresy. This theme recurs throughout the Inferno with the structure of hell, which is inverted from the archetypal sins, and is also reflected in how it is an increase where you descend into hell. You go deeper and deeper, and the deeper into hell you go, the more rigid and less movement your body is allowed. In addition, the bodies of the sinners become more and more transformed. However, Dante also has a recurring idea of sympathy and compassion for these people, for these sinners. Even though they've sinned, they are still worthy of compassion, which will help create a better world, which he has been advocating for throughout the rest of the Inferno. So the methodology of this paper is to analyze each specific circle of hell and its sin. Then you look at the depictions of the bodies of the sinners and their relation to specific people, such as Paolo and Francesca and Farinata degli Uberti, and see how the bodies slowly transform. And then you see where Dante displays sympathy, compassion, and empathy for each of them, and then how this incorporates into his vision for world building a more compassionate world. An example of this can be seen with Farinata, who is in the sixth circle of hell, heresy. His punishment is for his body to be entombed, but when he talks to Dante and Virgil, the upper half of his body comes out, which is representative of how, he doesn't believe in the immortality of the soul, and he is bound by the physical desires on earth. And despite being a heretic, he is still deserving of compassion and sympathy because he has very understandable desires, such as his love of his home city, Florence. And why this matters. So Dante wants to create a better and more empathetic world, which is important in modern times because society is increasingly judgmental and polarized. This paper also approaches the Inferno from a world-building standpoint. What kind of world does Dante want to build? Why does he want to build it? Which differs from other scholarly sources because they focus more on Dante's theology or why he wrote it in terms of his personal life, which is still important, just not the specific world-building angle. And here are all of my sources. Thank you for listening.